club is black and white and green.
The worst part was leaving the stadium.
Yeah.
When people get upset about a rock right here, we're going to get rocks thrown at us, and here, what else, so.
For us to beat Mexico doesn't necessarily, to the general American, represent that we are a dominant force in the world, unfortunately. Whereas I think for the Mexicans, to dominate the United States in anything represents to them one step closer to that global influence that they're looking for. It's a completely different perspective for the two countries.
See that guy right in the middle of the camera wearing green? Smart move. White guy wearing green. Good move. I mean, it's crazy. I've been in a couple of those, and and what Steve's alluding to is that it truly is. It's something to the Mexican people that is so much more important than anything that you're screaming in the rain. Well, about Americans understand.
How crazy was it in Mexico City?
It was unreal, actually. We had a newbie. One of our cameramen was a young student from Santa Clara who came down to help us out. It was his first soccer match ever. Okay.
What color did you wear?
We wore Mexican T-shirts.
Smart move.
Yeah, we were.
Telling you.
Well, and Mike and I, we're soccer fans. We're soccer players. We know that a lot of it's just exuberance. You don't be scared if they yell at you, and you're not really in that much danger, especially if you're wearing a Mexican T-shirt.
Yeah, you just got to blend in a little bit.
Exactly. But this guy just was. He just lost it. He brought down the camera. He didn't want to be noticeable And it was just amazing because I think American sports fans have no comprehension of the passion of a national soccer game of importance. Right. In a culture where it's more important. We just don't have that national sport. We talk about the NFL, but it's.
But that's that's 12 weeks out of the year, and it's never, ever, ever. I mean, I try to explain to some of my friends, like, we're big Pittsburgh fans. Like, okay, times that times 1,000. You don't get it. I mean, we're talking about countries here.
They miss the cultural identity, the national identity that, especially in Mexico, the country rallies around their team, and their team represents, it's their colors, it's their nationality.
What's the worst thing happened to you?
Well, nothing really to us. I mean, I think they yelled at us, a lot of things we could not say on television right now, get bleeped a lot, but I never actually felt that threatened. I think they read the fear in your eyes. If you act scared, they'll probably be a little more aggressive.
I had a camera in front of me the whole time.
By the way, that's exactly how the game goes, too.
We know what? You didn't feel threatened in Mexico City, but now America wants to talk to you. Watch out.
Yeah.
Tom in Ohio, welcome to the show. Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
What's your question?
Yeah, I wanted to just get all of your opinions since some of you guys made comments about where we get a true home field advantage. I was wondering where you guys all think that the USA actually gets the home field advantage in the U.S.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, I think I agree with Eric. Most of the players we talked to, and we talked to a lot of players, they feel like if there's a full stadium and there's an excited crowd, they're not used to having a home field advantage. It's not like something that they're used to. I think you alluded to this, that they'd rather have a full stadium with passionate fans.
Once the game starts, those people are far enough away, you can't hear them. You just know that but I will say this: it was the game against Mexico at the Rose Bowl in '94, and the game was just the ole ole ole, and it was a pretty fair game, even game. And then when we scored, it was incredible. It was the best silence I'd ever heard. But then you could actually hear these little pockets of people, and we were kind of like, oh, there's our family over there. I hope they're all right, But it was a very eerie feel.
That was an amazing thing about Azteca when we were down there, is that the U.S. went up 1-0, and I think it was the first time the U.S. had ever taken the lead in Azteca, and 110,000 people went quiet. In the upper corner, there's about 2,000 American fans, and you started hearing chants of USA, USA, and that was...
Don't do that! That was one of those people!
It was hair-raising.
And I totally, as a player and a former player, I would accept the fact that if you went and supported the United States and wore a green shirt, you're in your best interest.
Let's take another call. Barbara in Florida. Welcome to the show. What's your question, Barbara?
My question is that when I saw Club America, Mexican team playing AC Milan in Atlanta last summer, I was struck by how many families came out and how they women were even carrying infants. And whenever you see a professional game, it seems to be mostly men. So I just wondered, is it because it was Atlanta, or was it just what was the reason for that?
Well, I think that we notice that a lot in the Mexican games here in the United States, that it is a family event. It is a time to celebrate your culture. And it's a lot different, especially if it's friendly. We went to a game in Oakland, was it Sweden versus Mexico, and we got some great footage, which will be in the film, but basically bands would pull up and entire families would pile out, and they would start an asado, they would start a little soccer game on the side, and it was wonderful.
You got to remember this, too. At the Rose Bowl, for example, it only holds, 94 now. I think they scaled it down a little bit, but it used to be over 100. Just because 12 people came to the game doesn't mean everybody's going in. It's like, so the families show up, and I've seen this before. The dads go like this: "Not for you today, son. It's going to be rough in there. You're staying here with mom." But it's still, you're very right. That whole the hardest part for us as players was getting out of there. And it was Mexico was the only game that we had to stay for a good hour longer than usual. And it was just and I've been in the bus going, back and forth and going, seriously, can someone drive? And he goes, well, I'm going to wait till we start rocking and stop rocking. We've been attacked. We've been once they recognize you.
I'm going to wrap you up, Eric, because we want to know when's it going to be ready.
We're looking for a fall release. We're finishing up some interviews. We have some more players. We're trying to track down Bora. Because he's coached both teams. So, Bora, you want to call it? When do I interview you?
Do you honestly, God, this is what he told me. Call the operator in Mexico and ask for Bora. that will work.
And where can fans go to get more information?
Gringosatthegate.com. And we have clips up there, trailers. You can contact us through email and learn more about the film and what we're doing.
It's awesome. Thank you very much. We're really looking forward to seeing it. Eric's in it, and I think maybe I can get a camera.
Making a camera.
Ready. We are going to take a little break. When we come back, Joe Cannon. Remember, soccer fans, follow the action of the Barclays Premier League on your Verizon Wireless phones.